Listen, let's jump into it. Well, first things first. Let's look at this. To me,
Cool.
I feel like we can come into today and look at things a little bit differently, because if you went into that game looking at how am I going to judge the Chicago Bears, you're still going into the game wrong.
Okay.
The season
like
has
that.
been over for a long time.
Yeah, it's a wrap, dog.
It's a wrap. Wrap it up, throw it out, put it out back, let it go. It's over with. You should have gone into last night, like I've said, Ryan Pace should go into every single week evaluating the players that are on the field. And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who's been evaluating the talent all season, but I saw several guys out there that absolutely should have took Kendall Vildor's job a while ago in that secondary. And so I think there are actually some positives coming into today for Bears Nation, especially if you saw kind of how that game ends up unfolding. You know, you can look at it and just be like, man, these mugs still suck. As a collective, yes. Can't deny that the Bears still suck. Matt Nagy still sucks. But I think that you can come into today with a few positives from last night. At a minimum, I think that we have a good idea of what the culture around this team, and I'm coming into today using that word loosely. I'll tell you why after I let Kidd talk a little bit, but I'm coming into today using that word loosely based on some of the things I saw last night as well. You can tell what the culture around this team is, and I believe that with a change of culture, it might not be the 4 or 5 years of oh my God that we thought we were are gonna be getting, because
Agreed.
I see that there's going to be with the change of not maybe you know what maybe not just Matt Nagy, but maybe it is just Matt Nagy depending on what the Bears plan is. But with the change of a player, to me, or with the change of the head coach, the culture of this team could absolutely be completely different. What do you think, Kidd?
I agree, and it kind of showed. The team looked completely undisciplined, and that is a coaching thing.
Dog.
Um,
Dog. How
it's a
many
definite
players
coach
are we
thing.
talking about with this at this point? Javon Wims, Anthony Miller, what's his name? Travis Gibson last night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now,
is there any sort of punishment?
mind you, a lot of the coordinators and stuff like that weren't there, but I don't think that's an excuse for it to be an undisciplined team,
No.
right? It kind of just shows you, the lack of control that Nagy really has, his ineptitude at the position, and you know what? Unfortunately, his face showed it. He looked like a man who just lost everything several times, and it was just like
Yeah.
it was just a very interesting turn of events. Uh, if you saw me on Twitter, you could see that I was
You were
having a
firing
moment.
everybody. You were
I was
firing everybody.
having a moment because it was one of those things where it's like we got down in the red zone, and you know what our red zone conversion has been? It's worse in the league, 56%.
It didn't get better last night.
Worse in the league. um, Went for it on fourth multiple times, did not get one touchdown until the end of the game, in a situation where it's like you could have hurt a player more than you could have done anything else. Yet we're running these plays.
Yeah.
Man, take the knee and take the L.
Yeah.
Take the knee and take the L.
And at
And I
this
don't.
point, the teaching moments aren't there anymore, bud.
It's not. What did Justin learn from that? Nothing. Um, the best part of that entire game for him was that little 2 minute drill.
Delivered a great pass.
Hey, listen,
Delivered a great pass to Horpstead. I will say that.
Delivered a great pass. Beginning of the fourth, that little hurry up offense that he ran all the way down the field can absolutely move the chains really well. And we've seen that, before. I mean, we saw that with Biscuits. There'd be flashes where it's just, all right, things are clicking, and then all of a sudden, all right, what was that? And it was just too many moments of that.
Yeah.
Highlight for me though was Tevin Jenkins. How do you feel about Tevin?
Well, let me tell you this right now. That I want to pull this up here, and I got the picture here, so it's gonna pop up over us real quick. But I want to show y'all this picture right here. This is the culture of your team.
Says everything I need to know.
Says every single thing I need to know. Now, I'm still coming into this with a lot of positives because I do see that guy in there. But that right there is the culture of your team. How many Vikings you see right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Vikings. There's a 7th running in. I don't even know who my man is. That David Montgomery right there? He's not doing nothing. Tevin Jenkins thinks that his quarterback was put on the ground with a little bit of a little bit extra going on.
Too much sauce on that one.
You thought somebody added a little sauce to it. You don't do that to my quarterback. The rookie's the only one in there fighting for his guy. Cody Whitehair's running in, and you know who I got a problem with? I'll tell you right now. Jermaine Ifedi, who runs in after all of this is done, and he runs in and he's like yelling at the rookie, saying, "We can't do that. We can't get stupid penalties." Hey, Jermaine Ifedi, how about you stand up for your guy? Although I shouldn't expect it. You haven't stood up to any of the blockers all year. You've pretty much spent most of it on your back. Get your life together, dog. That's all I'm saying, though. Like, this right here tells me the culture of your team right now. And so I do feel good about the Bears coming into this. I do feel are coming out of this game because, to me, culture can change. The culture of your team can change. The camaraderie of your team can change. You hate to say that players have checked out, but the players have all but confirmed it themselves. So we know that there's some players that have checked out on this season. They've checked out on this team. They're ready to move on. Hopefully Jermaine Ifedi's one of them. And to me, I can see that there's pieces there. Now, at the same time, Tevin Jenkins drew some penalties. First official start, had some struggles with blocking and things like that. Hopefully, those are things that can improve. But to me, the thing you can't teach is, or the thing that you can't teach is teaching somebody to stand up for their guy. He knew to do that.
Yeah.
He was the one, and we saw dumb plays all night. We saw dumb penalties all night. Let's be real. The Bears did it to themselves. The Vikings really didn't win this game. The Bears lost it. The Vikings didn't do anything that was, oh my God, to stop the Bears. The Bears came in and they really turnover by Bird. Bird couldn't catch the pass to keep the drive going on 4th down. A couple of drop passes on 4th down.
Muff punt
return. Mooney couldn't get that foot in, which I'm gonna be real with you. It's a crazy tough catch, but if he's gonna be your number one, those are the catches he's got to come down with.
He did come down with it.
Yeah, but not in bounds. You know what I'm saying?
Those faded to the corner, baby. It was a tough.
But what I'm saying is, if he's your number one, those are the number one catches. Those are the catches that set you apart. Those are the catches you're number one. He got both hands on it. Justin put it in really the only spot where the defender's not going to get it. He's going to get it. You got to find it.
It's one of those tough plays.
It's a tough play. Absolutely. I'm not diminishing that.
An extra centimeter, an extra inch on the trajectory of that helps him a lot, right? And so it's one of those things where it's timing on one, it's getting that fade right on the other. How about this? Not putting Justin in situations continuously where he has to make these like really, really like tough throws. Those are tough throws.
Where he's got to be Aaron Rodgers every single night. I'm not put a rookie in that position.
Not going to put a rookie in the Aaron Rodgers position every night, right? And then here's the thing. The Vikings didn't have a good game. The Vikings had a really tough time. Our defense really, really stepped up, right? So here's the interesting thing about this entire game. Our defense, when we saw all our coordinators out and stuff like that, showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
Showed up and showed. Hey, Kirk Cousins was primed to put up 30 points. Somebody had them putting up 24 to 30 points on us.
Justin Jefferson on the night he got selected to the Pro Bowl put up what, 40 yards?
Shut
with
down.
3 catches? Shut down. Without Jalen Johnson there. That's why I said, who's evaluating the talent here that's supposed to be on the field?
How many sacks did we get? We got 4. Who got 4? Somebody had 4 sacks last night.
Let me see.
Had a day. Like those are the things that you take away from the game. Those are the caveats of the game.
Yeah.
But it's like, man,
Bears had 4 sacks last night. Yeah.
If you had a little help from your offense, help for your offense, and guess what? You're my offensive guru.
Yeah.
Help me. Me, man. It's one of those things. And then I love to see Justin actually use his legs more. He got popped a couple of times before he started to do it. And we're gonna talk about the officiating in a second, because that's just retarded. I use that word
loosely.
Appropriately.
Very loosely. Very loose. Oh, I thought you were talking about officiating.
Officiating. No.
Officiating is used very loosely after last night.